For this recipe, you're going to need 3 bell peppers, 2 packs of sausage. It doesn't matter, it could be any kind, but it just needs to be enough for you to eat it, and 6 eggs, and 1 whole onion. So for this recipe, you're going to want to slice the bell peppers into thin strips because when we cook it in the stove and in the oven, we're going to be cooking this quite a bit. So if you dice it too small, or if you cut it slightly too small, it'll get kind of mushy when you finish, so you just want to retain some of that crunch in the bell pepper. Another thing I want to add is to always core your bell peppers, which is taking out the core and the seed. Move on to the eggs by cracking them into a bowl big enough to fit all 6 of the eggs, and then whisk it together with about 2 teaspoons of salt and a 1/4 cup of milk. Then chop up all the sausages that you have prepared into small pieces in order for it to cook evenly. When you finish with this preparation, grab a cast iron pan that's big enough to fit all the vegetables and sausages, and then pour about 3 teaspoons of oil into the pan. Once the oil has been heated up to a reasonable amount, you don't want it to be heated too hot, because then once you drop in your sausages, the oil's going to splatter everywhere and it's not going to be good for cleaning up or yourself. Remember to always wear an apron at least in order to protect yourself from possible oil splashes and other debris that may come flying out of your clothes. When you are cooking your meat and vegetables, make sure to add a little bit of paprika because you want to add some color to the food, and if there's no color, there's no flavor. Once you've dropped in your sausages into the pan, stir them so they don't burn at the bottom and so they don't stick. And once you see that it's been partially browned and fully cooked all the way through, then just drop in your onions and bell peppers. Remember to stir up the vegetables and the sausage while cooking so they don't stick or burn, but make sure that the onions do caramelize just a little bit to release some of that good flavor. Once you're done with that, make sure to add in a little bit of salt for flavor, as you haven't done that with the previous steps in this preparation process. But just remember to not add too much salt, because at the end, when we're about to put this into the oven, we're going to add cheese, which is naturally very salty. Alright, once the vegetables have been partially cooked through, because you're going to finish them off in the oven, pour in all your eggs into the pan, and on top of that, sprinkle some cheese over it. Now, make sure you have preheated your oven to 350 degrees, as we'll be putting in our egg frittatas into the oven. Depending on how much stuff you use to make the egg frittatas, it's going to cook for about